Clinical incident investigation is an important process, examining in detail the underlying reasons why an adverse event or near miss occurred. However, while the recommendations from a clinical incident investigation aim to make the system of delivering care safer, we need to make sure investigation does not occur in isolation. Clinical incident investigation should form an integrated element of the suite of quality improvement and clinical risk management processes that together form the patient safety agenda. Clinical incident investigation can run the risk of making local changes to specific processes, but not achieve system-wide change. To address this issue, we need to ensure that lessons are learned across sites, facilities, and our regions. Rather than hiding the fact an adverse event has occurred, learning organisations celebrate the learnings and systems improvements that arise from a high-quality clinical incident investigation. Clinical incident investigation can also run the risk of focusing on the clinical features of an incident and not see the trends in common underlying systems deficiencies. For example, take a drug administration clinical incident and an incident relating to failure to identify a deteriorating patient. On the surface, these two clinical incidents are very different. They're clinically not the same at all. However, the investigation might reveal that workload, rostering, and staffing issues are underlying contributing factors in both clinical incidents. That is to say, the reasons why a clinical incident occurred are the same. One of the main benefits of Dartic SIMS, the Clinical Incident Management System, is that it enables tracking and trend analysis of these underlying causal factors. Other activities are undertaken by the Patient Safety Surveillance Unit, the PSSU, and also through the Enterprise Risk Management System across WA Health. Another specific example here is the monitoring of SABC, Staphylococcus aureus bloodstream infections. WA Health closely monitors the rates of healthcare-acquired SABC and record changes on a quarterly basis. These processes highlight the links between the clinical incident investigation process and broader quality improvement and risk management processes across all healthcare settings. Our focus on clinical incident investigation can also run the risk of being overly reactive in focus. By definition, clinical incident investigation examines single events, be a near miss or adverse event, and drills down into that single event to understand its causes. This process is reactive. The events have already occurred. On the other side of the equation, we have in our WA Health Toolkit different approaches that take a more proactive approach to identifying risks, deficiencies, complexities, and vulnerabilities in what we do, before they have the opportunity to lead to a clinical incident. Sometimes a cluster of incidents can highlight the need to examine larger processes of delivery of care. One of these tools is the Healthcare Failure Modes Effects Analysis, or HFMEA. It's a well-established methodology that uses a team-based approach similar to traditional clinical incident investigation. However, HFMEA begins by mapping out a clinical process and breaking down the process into sub-processes and individual steps. Each of these steps is then examined in turn to identify the different ways the step can go wrong. These are the failure modes. The risks of these failure modes are then analysed, and high-risk failure modes then become the targets for clinical improvement processes. Proactive tools like HFMEA are important in shifting our focus away from just always reacting to circumstances when they go wrong. The more proactive approach is important such that we identify risks before they cause harm. Clinical incident investigation has a number of important links with quality improvement and risk management that go beyond the analysis of a single adverse event. Clinical incident investigation provides the opportunity to examine closely and critically the way in which we deliver care and provides important information for ongoing monitoring and continuous improvement that are at the heart of patient safety.